Welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube, where the watches are the stars. You do hear my voice, it's me, Alexander speaking, and on your screen you do see the new TUDOR Black Bay 54.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
So some of you say, why 54, why 54? And yes, of course. In 1954, the reference 7922 was released, TUDOR reference 7922, and today's Black Bay 54 recalls this model with a 37mm case. So the historical proportions have been kept. It features a 60-minute unidirectional bezel in stainless steel. And they can do it. You see, that's 37mm, pretty a tiny watch, but I have to admit, looks not bad at all, even for me, who is very much into huge watches. But this has something in French. You say the watch, elle a de la gueule, is what the French say means. It's a strong character, maybe. I don't know why, but I like it, this small watch. We do have a subtly domed satin radial brushed black dial with gilt accents. Yeah, we have the snowflake hands. Of course, they have been introduced in 1969. The snowflake hands are, of course, filled up with superluminova, but unfortunately, we were not able to make a lume shot yet to show you how the watch looks like in darkness, because yesterday when we filmed them at TUDOR at the booth, we asked them, can you please turn off the light in our little box or office we were filming those, and they said unfortunately not, because the entire stand has a main switch on off, and if we would have asked them to switch off or turn off the light, that would have meant that the entire TUDOR booth would have been black, and I don't think this would have been funny for all the others being there as well. So we will deliver that lume shot later. The watch is powered by the Manufacture Calibre TUDOR 5400. It's a COSC certified caliber with a silicon hairspring, of course, and it features 70 hours of power reserve. That's good. Some say it's weekend proof, but this would be probably the watch you wear on the weekend. So the weekend proofness here with 70 hours is good to have, but mostly I would say this is the watch one would wear on the weekend. During the week it would be more elegant. Okay, but that's up to you. Okay, there are two choices how you may wear the watch. This is either the free link rivet style bracelet or oyster bracelet. They don't want that we call them oyster bracelet, but look, it looks like an oyster bracelet, so they call it free link rivet style. I say oyster. Or the rubber strap, very cool also with the rubber strap. And good to know, and this is really something I like with them, they all feature that so-called TUDOR T-Fit Rapid Adjustment Clasp. And yeah, you get a 5-year warranty, and that's something TUDOR offers, and that's a good decision. Now I will give you all the technical details of that watch. The case diameter is 37mm of that steel case with polished and satin finish. The thickness is 11.4, and the so-called lug-to-lug distance, so it's the length more or less of the watch, or the distance from one lug end to the other lug end, is 45.9 millimeter. Interesting figure I very often try now to integrate in our presentations is the real dial aperture, or in German we say die Zifferblattschau. The dial aperture is therefore interesting because it should help you to think about the dimensions of the watch, and some are complaining about sizes sometime, and I just want to open a bit your mind and let you think out of the box a little bit. So the dial aperture versus the case diameter is 37mm, and the dial aperture is only 29.2mm. That's where you read the time. So it's quite tiny, and still the entire watch looks pretty big. Interesting for you also to know is the bracelet or the strap. Are they tapering? They do from 20 to 0 to 1, 6, 16. That's what happens if you're wearing it comfortably. And whilst we're talking about strap and bracelet, please have a quick look at the T-Fit. T-fit means integrated in the clasp. When you wear gloves, it's a little bit more difficult to do it because you sliver always and you don't get that perfect haptic feedback you need on your fingers to do such exercises. But what you do is you take the clasp, you hold it, then you just pull a little bit and then you can slide in the clasp 8 millimeters forward and backward, and you can make a fine adjustment when you wear the watch on your wrist on a daily basis up to your needs. 8 millimeters, so you can really do something if you want to make some adjustment. And the T-fit is, this is good to know, integrated either in the Oyster bracelet. Alexander, please don't call it Oyster bracelet. We are TUDOR, and at TUDOR the bracelet is not called Oyster bracelet. It is the free-link stainless steel bracelet with polished and satin finish. Okay, guys, this is the official version. I still call it Oyster bracelet. And of course, also the rubber strap do have the TUDOR T-fit clasp. The Oyster Prince Submariner Reference 7922 was a perfect inspiration to make the new Black Bay 54. And if you look at the watch closer, yeah, it recalls a number of small design details that, end of the day, make a big difference. Take the hands, for instance. In addition to proportional adjustments, they are pinched at the base the same way they appeared in 1954. The bezel edge has been redesigned as well with a modernized take on the ergonomic pattern of the 7922. And yeah, of course, the new Black Bay 54 edition 2023, presented at Watches and Wonders 2023, still features thoroughly modern touches like subtle satin radial brushed dial and the T-fit I was been talking about. Of course, and yes, the TUDOR Calibre 5400 powers the watch. It is a 4 Hz movement, of course, 28800 semi-oscillation, and it is up to today only, I have to say, only COSC certified. That would mean in theory that the watch feature is regulated from COSC to -4 plus 6 seconds. That's what COSC asks TUDOR to do. But they improve and test the fully assembled watch already at the TUDOR manufacturer in Le Locle in the Swiss Jura, close to the French border. It is Hennessy doing these movements. That's a company they bought together with Chanel, and Chanel is part, and lots of movements that are manufactured at Hennessy go to TUDOR, of course, but some of them also go to Chanel, some of them go to Norqain, and some of them go to Breitling, as you know, and Breitling also delivers the chronograph movement to TUDOR, and Breitling gets from Hennessy or TUDOR the automatic movement, so they share a platform, and that's very smart. So development can be shared in between partners, and that's very smart. And TUDOR, of course, takes advantage of the fact that they do have their own proper movements. And so what I wanted to say is the movement that is tested at COSC at -4 plus 6 seconds is being regulated to -2 plus 4 seconds by TUDOR. So they are improving that accuracy, and they could easily regulate it even better because the quality of their movements is outstanding. So a little bit of talk about the movement, so you also know that you get really quality. And one last thing to mention is the price. Of course, you don't get the watch for free. If the one with the rubber strap is your choice, it's 3,450 Swiss francs, the official list price. And if it is the free-link stainless steel bracelet with polished and satin finished, or the Oyster bracelet, it will be 3,650 Swiss francs. 3,650 Swiss francs, including the Swiss VAT. Well, that's from my side everything that can be said about this nicely 37mm watch that amazed me a little bit, because it didn't look as small as you would think when you hear 37mm. Thanks for watching another video on WatchAdvisor on YouTube. Stay tuned with us. Do recommend our channel to your friends and all the other watch aficionados, and see you back here very soon. Bye bye.